I really wish the approach to monetization was different inside of Diablo Immortal. Now, I'm used to mobile game monetization, so this is nothing new to me, but I think this has just gone too far from what people that are diehard Diablo fans from the past, myself included, really came to expect. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 2 ways that Blizzard could change the monetization system to benefit and better the game for all people so that everyone can enjoy this game that I truly think is incredible. We just got to fix a few things. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo. Welcome back to the channel. We have been flooded with people that are angry about monetization. Believe me, I hear it, I see it, it's kind of everywhere, and I'm learning to expect that now. Now, here's the thing that I want to stick to, and that is I do love Diablo Immortal. I think the game has so much to offer. I don't love the monetization method inside of Diablo Immortal, so I thought that I would put out this video today talking about 2 ways that I think this whole issue could be fixed. And in my opinion, they are not too difficult to implement inside of the game. We just got to start at step 1, make the changes so that everyone can enjoy this game, and a lot of this hate and a lot of this anger from the community can kind of dissipate and we could all enjoy the game. All right, so the first and the most obvious one would be to make it so that every level, max level, to be able to compete in PvP is attainable by even the free-to-play player. What this means is hidden caps that we're hearing about inside of the game, paywalls that you can't get past unless if you pay inside of the game. All of these things that people are talking about are just completely removed and replaced with a certain amount of grind that you need to get through that. Now, this shouldn't be new for Diablo players. People that play Diablo from the past, and even people inside Diablo Immortal, we are grinders. We will play and grind the heck out of something so we can get a piece of gear, get to a certain level, hit that spot on Paragon. That's what we do as a Diablo player. So if we made that top pedestal spot, that #1 spot, that max level that you could be at a certain time inside of the game, attainable even without spending money, well, then I think this issue literally will just go away. Because if you're a free-to-play player and you want to spend $0, or let's say you want to spend $5 a month in the battle pass, you can still get to that max level and compete with the whales inside of the game that decide to spend money and get there faster. And really, that's going to be the difference. You can still spend the money and get there more quickly, which is a pay to progress model, but as long as the free-to-play and the really light spenders can get to the same exact spot, it becomes more of a pay to progress model, just like we see in Clash of Clans. Max level, you can get there more quickly if you pay and get there on day 1, but you can grind and get there in a reasonable amount of time, and then that turns pay to win into pay to progress. This is the easiest way to get there. Now, obviously, Blizzard's gonna take some cuts along the way. They're not gonna be able to make a little bit of money here or a little bit of money there, but honestly, I think it's fine. I think this would be the most direct and the best fix to the issue. Plus, they're still going to be able to make their money along the way. They maybe just aren't going to be able to be as deep in the pockets to try and get to some of those levels, and it makes it attainable for everyone. It takes away the anger that people have if they realize or decide or feel that they can't get to that level without spending money. All right, but let's be honest, who knows if they're going to change that or not? My video, me talking to Blizzard, is not going to make them change their monetization model. So how about I propose another way to play the game where you could still play that competitive PvP, but your gear, your grind won't matter at all. And this has been the idea that I've been proposing here on the channel for over a year. If you've been here with me over the past 2.5 years of me making content, in the past year's time, you've heard me talking about this model that I'm about to tell you right now. I think it's awesome. It's not your typical Diablo style gameplay, but neither is PvP the way we're seeing it now. But people want PvP. They want to be able to compete in PvP, even the old school Diablo players that are really upset about this monetization method. And this method is a gearless battle system. Now, again, not something that is standard to Diablo series, so let me break this down for you. You're gonna have your grind. You're gonna be able to spend whatever money, grind whatever amount of time that you wanna grind to get whatever gear you wanna get, and then still compete in whatever systems they have there now. In this design, we don't change anything that's there yet. but we add another side, another element to this game, another way to PvP, climb a different leaderboard where your gear, your grind, your spend matters zero. So to do this, we're gonna look back on the shooter genre. For a lot of you guys that don't know, this is where I come from. I was a big shooter person. Gears of War, Halo, Call of Duty. that was life for me for a good 10 years. Now, think of Call of Duty Mobile, or you could even think of PUBG Mobile if you want to, but Call of Duty Mobile is probably the best reference here. You go inside of a lobby and you have your character. Inside of that lobby, you can choose the weapon. You can choose the attachments, you can choose your grenades, you can choose everything that your character is going to battle with as they dive into PvP. There's no level, there's no enhancement that you have over anyone else. You get to choose any weapon, anything that you've unlocked inside of the game, or based on the level you get to, or maybe even everything could be available to you. And you progress up a leaderboard based on skill. This is skill-based matchmaking. It has nothing to do with gear that you grind or gear that you pay for. And I say gear that you pay for, but in actuality in Diablo Immortal, you can't pay for gear. You can pay for crests, which can lead to gems and all of that whole system. You get what I'm trying to say here, I think. So let's put this all inside of Diablo Immortal. You go on over to the PvP battleground, and instead of queuing up and waiting for a match, where you go in with your power level, with your gear, with your gems, you also have another option. And that would be the option that I'm talking about now. Different types of game modes. You can have team death matches. You can have objective-based game modes. You can have free-for-all. You could have Immortal versus Shadow game modes. Whatever game modes want to be made. But the difference here is that the players that are going in, even if you are the whale who spent thousands of dollars on the game, or if you are the person that spent $0 in the game, you are both in the same exact spot. You're in the same exact screen choosing your class. Then you would choose the skills and the gear that you want, and of course you'd be able to choose the gems that you want to use and anything that you could outfit your character class with. You'd be able to have different selections, so you could save the characters that you want based on the builds, because this could take a few minutes to put together, but once you have them, you could take in a max level character that everyone is going to have that same experience. Everyone is going to be on the same level because your grind in the game has nothing to do with this. This is literally another separate part of the game. Now, there's a few reasons why this is an incredible idea. Not only because I made it up myself, which is one of the reasons, but two, it gets rid of the whole pay to win element. Like, yeah, you can do the other battlegrounds with the gear that you grinded. Maybe you are proud of what you got. You want to go flash it off in there and crush people. That's cool. But when you want to test skill and skill only, you would come into this other battlegrounds, this other PvP mode where none of that grind matters. Now, another reason why this is great is you could choose any class. So for me right now, I'm a barbarian. I don't have time to go grind another character class. I can't have an alt monk and an alt demon hunter. I don't have time to grind them all enough. All of my focus is on my bard, but sometimes you want to play another character and sometimes you don't want to do it in the campaign. So what you could do here is you could battle with other character classes inside of this PvP mode. I know it's a great idea. I know they should implement it in the game. I know I need to just tell them. So what would it take for Blizzard to actually do this with a franchise that doesn't typically have PvP inside of it? Would they be more likely to completely pull PvP out of Diablo Immortal, and then the pay to win really doesn't matter as much because it's a more of a PvE game? Or would they be more likely to nerf the pay to win elements that it has and make it more friendly to free to play, like we mentioned in the beginning of the video, or implement a completely new element of the game where you are gearless, classless, free to play whatever you want in a multitude of many different game modes? What do you think is best? Now, of course, they could do both. They could nerf the pay to win and implement this new gameplay style. How hard is it? No clue. I'm not a game developer. I just am a guy that has an idea that I think is a good idea, that I would love to see implemented in the game to win back the hearts of some of these Diablo fans that really are angry right now. It really sucks for me to have to go through my comments and see all the anger, to see it on the socials, because I love what Diablo has to offer. I love what Diablo Immortal has to offer. I just think some tweaking needs to happen so it's a little bit more friendly for the community. Now, can this happen? I hope so. Can updates happen? 100%. Can changes happen? Yes. Would Diablo Immortal be a better game if some of these changes were made and more people would be happy and more people would play the game? I think so. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Man, don't blow me up too hard because, you know. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for regular Diablo Immortal videos, live streams, and the Immortal podcast, which happens every single weekend. Links to everything are down below. Have a great day, guys, and be good.